Hello everyone, welcome back. It's time for another RWBY reaction. This time we are up to Volume 8, Episode 11, Risk. Tensions rise in Ch11 Manor as our reunited heroes find themselves backed into a corner. Things are not looking great, let's be honest. Ironwood is completely nuts. He's already been sort of heading that way for a while, for the past 2 seasons, but last episode he finally just right off the edge. You could even hear it. It was some really good bit of voice acting in the episode. Just the little laugh that is just slightly unhinged. Yeah, that was really good. He's lost it. So last episode he issued the ultimatum, giving our heroes 1 hour to respond. Well, Penny in particular, to go and do what she's been ordered, which is to go open the vault so that they can use the scepter to, they imagine, fly Atlas away off to safety, out of the reach of the Grimm and Salem. And if they don't do that, then Ironwood is going to just destroy Mantle. Just straight up kill the remaining population of Mantle. He's crazy. And he'll also just do that if anyone interferes as well, so great. Penny's currently unconscious, or, well, yeah, I mean unconscious. I don't know what the appropriate term is when, you know, she's sort of a robot. Unconscious is suitable here. So she either wakes up and gets controlled by the virus, in which case she goes and, you know, does the thing, goes, opens the vault, and then self-destructs, or she's in control of herself, and then she gets to deal with Ironwood's bollocks. So that's not great. That's not fun. Anyway, we also did get some nice reunions, as our heroes are at least together again. It's a real crap situation, but at least they get to face it all together. We also have Emerald, who was brought along as a captive because they don't really know what to do with her. But, you know, as a couple of people have pointed out, it's better that she's probably with them, and they could really use her help as well. Even if they aren't, you know, friends, I think that this is probably the better place for her to be. There was some real subtle animation in her body language last episode though as well, especially when she got to see all of the, I think it was, well, the Atlas refugees, who, well, not refugees, but all of the Atlas folk who were hiding in the subways. Just sort of a realization of what's been going on and how many people are harmed. You know, she's had not a great life as well, which is how, you know, Cinder managed to recruit her. And I think seeing the pain on so many faces might be getting to her. I don't know. Speaking of Cinder, we also had her having a great, well, actually, wasn't so much a conversation. She was really on the receiving end of what's just completely unleashing on her. And yeah, she deserved it. Watts was really brave to have done that, but I think it's good. And it also showed that Cinder has developed to not have just straight out killed him, because she obviously knew that what he was saying was true. She has made a lot of mistakes. She's got a lot of power, but she keeps screwing up. And I think she realizes that. So it's interesting. I do want to see, I've said it before, I want to see Cinder as a well-developed villain. There's part of me which is just, you know, silently cheering for her, you know, hopefully not to win in the end, but I would like to see her develop herself to be a suitable threat to our heroes, if that makes any sense at all. Those are the most... Sorry. That's mostly it. There's probably other stuff, but I think I've covered off the key points. I just want to get into the episode because it's late. So here we go. Episode 11 in 3, 2, 1, now. Thank you, Rooster Teeth, for unblocking my videos. I was a little worried about whether there was another, like, procedure or sort of, deal with doing reactions, whether you needed to have some sort of a different arrangement is the word that I'm looking for. But no, you still just have to email them, and you know, they were pretty prompt, so you know, I'm really grateful for that. It sounds like a lot of people are getting blocked though, so that's probably just the standard now. I was just surprised because I'm so far behind that I didn't expect my mine to get blocked. But they're probably not really distinguishing. Regardless of whether it's the current episode or several behind or not.
If anyone tries anything other than what I've ordered, Mental's gone. You have 1 hour to respond. I hope you live up to the title I gave you.
How can anyone be okay with that?
Of course he's not going to do it.
So what? He's bluffing? With the whole city?
It may finally push the kids to see reason.
Who cares?
Good.
Reason.
You're here.
Seeing the cracks
I need
forming.
a squad of drones in standby to drop the payload.
Sir, what for?
I believe I was clear in the broadcast. If they give me a reason, I'm going to remove Mantle from the equation. This is how we save Atlas.
You call this saving Atlas? Doing Salem's job for
There you
her?
go, Maro.
I believed in you! I thought we could work towards something better. But now you're throwing it all away.
Please don't end up getting killed.
I'm going to do it for you.
If this is what gets the children to cooperate, then it's worth it.
I don't like this either, but the top priority is...
Do you even believe what you're saying anymore? Do any of you believe in anything? I used to wear this rank with pride. Now I see it for what it really is. A collar.
Winter just saved you.
You want a collar? Fine. I'll throw this traitor in the brig.
I appreciate
where he
that.
belongs.
Rest of y'all better take a good hard look at yourselves.
Okay, Ironwood wants Penny. Otherwise, Mantle is done for. So, how do we stop him?
Qrow and Robin are still in his custody. And May said Atlas security drones are watching the crater. So, they're trapped too.
And Salem isn't going to stay gone for much longer.
So then, it's impossible.
See? If Miss Hero with all the answers doesn't have an answer, then we have ours.
Shut up.
Okay, then why don't you just leave?
Can we please just give each other a chance? Emerald's not with Salem anymore. And Ozpin is back. All of this doubt and worry and distrust, it isn't getting us anywhere.
Then nothing has changed! We're in the exact same place we were yesterday! Arguing over what to do while the kingdom waits to die.
Oh, heck yeah, Jean healing powers.
Glad you're all right.
sorry. No matter how much I boost you, they won't go away.
Don't apologize. I got hurt doing what I always do. Just another ditzy move from Nora.
That's not true.
It hardly seems fair.
How would you know? We were supposed to be a team, but that didn't matter to you. When things went wrong, you pushed us away. You shut people out so you don't have to feel things that are hard.
You're right. I should be apologizing. To both of you. When we lost Oscar and things got difficult, I said terrible things. I've been so angry at myself. For not being as good as the Aesops, for what happened at Robin's rally, for losing the lamp. I thought if I just focused on working harder, getting stronger, that I wouldn't fail.
Yeah, I knew that was what was pushing him.
My biggest failing was as a teammate and as a partner.
All water
Time to
under
go.
the bridge, buddy. I'm gonna go see if Klein needs any help with Penny.
Ren, I just wish... I mean... Why didn't you say anything? So we failed as a team, but we succeed as a team too!
I was the one holding us back. Not John, not you, me.
A hard
You're
thing to
wrong.
admit.
All I do is make dumb jokes and smash things with a hammer.
What? That's not true. You put everything you have into what you do. You support everyone around you. You help without worrying about how it might hurt. And that's what I love about... That's why I
Come
love
on.
When my mom ran from the Grimm and left me behind, you found me. We became Ren and Nora. But I realized on this mission apart, I don't know who just Nora is. And if I'm ever going to find out, then I have to do it alone. Because I've always loved you, Lyren. And that pretty head on your shoulder seems like it's doing a lot better. But I still gotta get mine sorted out before I can be the partner you need. Is that okay?
Guess that makes sense.
It's definitely okay. Boop.
I'm glad Ren had his time to reflect and grow before.
You get those hallway cameras on a loop?
He's really gonna do it.
Not if we stop him first.
This is real bad.
There might be a better way.
I'm telling you, there isn't.
Well, this isn't just about you. It's about everyone.
I'm going straight up to the academy, and I am ending this.
Or we fail and people get killed.
He deserves this!
I mean, you're not wrong, Qrow,
Listen.
but
I get it. You are hurting. You've been hurting for a long time.
most of his life, I
But
imagine.
Stop pretending that what you're trying to do here is for anyone but yourself.
Clover was a lot of things. You respected him. But I gotta tell ya, I think you're the better huntsman. Not because you were the one who walked away, but because you were the one who was fighting for what was right. Don't go telling me that's changed.
Winter?
You know, that giant hound kicked us around like we were nothing. But Blake said you and the Chinese managed to take it down. Still having to one-up your big sis, huh?
Did she tell you what it was? Underneath?
Yeah.
You know what that means, then.
I wouldn't worry about that.
That's what happened to Mom.
She went straight there, huh?
When I saw its eyes...
They were...
Salem used to kill people with silver eyes.
I didn't see it until I went back over the episode later.
She's always wanted me alive. Why would that change unless... When she met Mom, she learned she could do something new.
Ruby.
We shouldn't lie to ourselves. I wasted our time getting Amity up, thinking help would come, but it didn't. And Amity fell.
I don't think getting help was the full goal.
You were being optimistic. Look, blind optimism isn't great, but no optimism means we've already lost. We need hope. We need to take risks.
But mine didn't work.
It's still got a warning out. Ruby, they're not called sure things. They're called risks. And in case you didn't notice, my plan for Mantle didn't work either. But we got Oscar back. And did a lot more that was never in the plan. Mom took a risk the day she left. And I don't think it went the way she wanted it to. But she's still my hero.
Hurry!
Hmm?
I can no
Oh
longer
boy.
be delayed.
Penny, please!
I must open the vault! I do not want...
Ruby! Stop me! Penny!
I must open the vault and self-terminate.
Man, this sucks.
I've got her! What do we do?
I must open the vault and self-terminate.
The eyes are so creepy.
Do something! Penny, please! Tell me how to help you!
Kill me. Kill me. And I can make sure the power goes to you. Please.
Please! I cannot fight it! Yes, you can! It's just a part of you, remember? If you were only a machine, you never could have fought back for this long. She's right. She's right! Shine! Booster Aura!
Lucky Jean spent so much time practicing improving his aura regeneration.
Did I stop the virus?
No. It's still there.
But you've got an aura, Penny. A soul. That's who you are. Our friend. Not a machine.
I think you're wrong, by the way. I highly doubt you're in the same place you started. I mean, yeah, you guys have been getting your asses kicked. Some of that my fault, but like, you're at war. You're gonna take hits. Look, I'm just going to be super pissed if you all finally decide to give up the moment I switch sides.
Switch sides, huh?
Aww.
Or like, whatever.
Yeah, Emerald. Gotta start somewhere.
If you all wouldn't mind, I really think Ozpin would like to say something.
Go ahead.
I was recently reminded of an old fairy tale. A young girl flees the consequences of a choice to a magical place. But having never learned from her initial failure, she only succeeds in spreading it. I failed all of you. I should have trusted you with the truth, and should never have run the day you discovered it.
It was rough, but
I think after everything that's happened here, we understand. Trust is
a risk.
It is, and he's failed for lifetimes, I imagine.
And I hope
been betrayed for
it's a
lifetimes.
risk you can take on me again.
I can still feel it fighting me.
I can't just keep amping her forever.
Can't keep Ironwood waiting.
Ah!
Guys.
This needs to be solved.
Has to go to the vault.
That's actually a risk we haven't considered.
She'll do it.
The Academy enters protocol.
Oh boy. It's still so frustrating getting such short snippets of Qrow and Robin every time. Or sometimes not even every time. Like every other episode we get some Qrow and Robin. I mean, I think it's been fine. I just obviously want to see more of them. Well, that was another excellent episode, I think. Not really a huge action episode, but boy, did it have a lot of character interaction. So I'm just going to go through each of them real quick, so as not to bore you too much. We had Marrow, who finally just had enough. It's been weighing on him for a long time, clearly. And, well, I mean, things haven't been this bad either. I'm sure Ironwood hasn't, threatened to destroy Mantle before. But yeah, he's finally just said nope, thrown it back at the other Aesops and said, what the heck is going on here? Some of them felt a little uneasy about it, obviously, but still think it's, the thing to do. They're still being obedient. Harriet is, well, whatever, I don't care. she's still all on board. The others are at least showing some hesitation. But yeah, he finally just said, nope, that's it. I'm out. And hopefully that got through. Hopefully that's at least, getting through to some of them. Winter's already been hugely conflicted, and I hope that this will also... I hope this is going to push her as well. Speaking of Winter, she, definitely saved his life there. And I really hope that she's either going to help him escape, if not escape with him. I don't think that she's really in a great position to stick by Ironwood at the moment, given his disappointment with her. So, and I don't know. Well, yeah, who knows? But I imagine that she knew that Ironwood was gonna shoot him if she didn't intervene by knocking him down right there. I could clearly see it for what it was, or at least I think so. And I believe that they are probably the ones that Qrow and Robin encountered when the elevator opened. I can't think of anyone else that they might have such a reaction to. As I said, we've been getting little snippets of Qrow and Robin. This also a really good discussion. We've been seeing it in the little bits we've had throughout the season, how Qrow is back to, just hurting again from what happened at the end of last volume. And it's now that he's free-ish, free of his cell, you can see that at the moment he just wants to lash out again. But Robin has the right of it. He has been always trying to fight to do the right thing. And he's been suffering his whole life. I mean, you can make your comments about how ineffective or effective or whatever he's been, how bad it is for him to have been, a drunk or, blah, 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 I don't care. But he's been always trying to do the right thing. He left his sister because he found a better calling in helping Ozpin. And he was willing to keep going out, going on missions, doing these things. Yeah, I think he's always been a good guy. So it is tough to see him in such pain and wanting to just go and take out Ironwood like that. Even if Ironwood needs to be stopped, I feel like there's something... Well, Robin also had, a good point there. Whether, going and killing Ironwood is one thing, the other issue is just the risk. Aha! Name of the episode. Yeah, the risk is that if they just go in half-cocked, then they fail, and then a bunch of people die, and they miss an opportunity to probably be more effective. Back with the rest of our group, we had Ren and Nora starting to sort things out. Ren, had a chance to work through some of his issues while he was out and about. Nora's sort of been stewing with it and has been unconscious for a while, so he hasn't... it wasn't a surprise to see the way that she reacted. But it's good that Ren has had the chance to grow and had his sort of learning before, so that he could actually interact with Nora in a good way, because otherwise they might not have been... a reunion might not have gone so well if he was still how he was before, but he's learned and he's being more feeling and being more empathetic, as well as being able to look inside himself at what were his own failings and to be able to openly admit to it. Previous him was just sort of using it as, this sort of anger at himself to... Sorry. He had this anger at himself that he was kind of directing outwards at other people as well. But no, he's recognized that he's part of a team and they need to be working together and they'll make mistakes, but they can also deal with them together. And so he was able to be in a position to, just take Nora's... When Nora, threw her own words at him. Because, Nora's been hurting as well, so it's good that he was able to accept it and that they could resolve this. And accept that she also needs to be apart from him a bit, or at least to learn who she is without him. That doesn't necessarily mean... I mean, look at this. Look at this picture that I happen to have frozen on right here. There they are together. But yeah, she really needs to find a way to develop herself, as opposed to just being the other half of Ren and Nora. Because dependence such a strong dependence can be a really bad thing. It's good to have a really good, strong sense of self, and then be together with someone else who can accept that. And I don't know where I was going with it, but yeah, I think you need to be two fully developed people rather than just two halves which don't know how to sort of deal with themselves. And I think Nora will be the better for it, and Ren will be the better for it as well. We also had Yang and RWBY, and they addressed one of the big things, which was, well, from the start people have been wondering whether the Hound could have been RWBY's mum somehow. It wasn't her mum, but they clearly drew that thought, as well as the fact that Salem before has, made a comment about how she seemed to be able to use mentioning RWBY's mum as a weapon. And it's, yeah, obviously this is where RWBY's mind went, is that, especially after seeing the silver eyes on the person who was inside the Hound. That's something I didn't notice until I went back over the episode later. It makes sense that if Salem can instead take one of the biggest threats to her and instead create even scarier Grimm, which are possibly resistant to other silver-eyed warriors, then... And not just the resistance, but just the intelligence of having a human. That makes me wonder then whether there's also something special about the silver eyes. Maybe she couldn't have just used a regular human, and there was something about using a silver-eyed warrior that made it work. Maybe a regular human would have just died, but there was something about the silver-eyed warrior's resilience that makes it work in some sort of horrific way. Food for thought. But it was good. We keep seeing RWBY getting kind of beaten down a bit, sort of emotionally. And it's always been... It's interesting because that's her character, is to be this beacon of hope. But it is interesting to see that being tested a bit. It's like, how many times can you fail? How much suffering can you how much suffering can you endure? Even if it's not direct. I mean, the suffering of other people is the sort of thing that affects her, because she wants to be a hero, and so failing to save everyone is a real big hit to her. Anyway, that was a good discussion there as well. Then later on we moved on to Penny getting taken over by the virus again. And yeah, I mean, what's Aura good for if not this? Being able to help resist the virus. It was a good solution, and I like that it wasn't, it was stated it was a temporary one. For one thing, Jean has been powering people up a lot, and even though he's been working on improving the regeneration rate of his aura, it's still, quite taxing, and he couldn't just do it forever. But it does buy them more time, and I did like this. This was a nice moment of them all helping to get Penny to find herself again, to help fight the virus just for a little bit longer. And yeah, despite how gloomy this episode was, it ended on some really nice moments. They're helping Penny, and they're accepting Emerald. Obviously that's gonna take some work, but they're realizing things can't go perfectly. Emerald hasn't been, the best person to them. They've been betrayed, but this is making good of the opportunity that they have here. Emerald is willing to help. They're going to need to figure out, how their dynamic works, but this is all for the better. And along that vein of acceptance, they also have chosen to accept Ozpin again. I think their experience over the past couple of chapters has also helped. I mean, it sucks. Like, I don't blame them for their reaction to him the first time, when he's been hiding the truth, and it's been difficult for everyone, and I'm glad that they're willing to start moving past that. They couldn't just move past it right away. So I don't blame Ozpin for hiding the truth. He shouldn't have, but I don't blame him for it. If he's been betrayed, multiple times over multiple lifetimes, it's going to be really difficult to just be as open as maybe he has been in the past. So this time he's like, no, I'm gonna need to control the situation. I've got, a suitable heroes, you know, huntresses that huntsmen and huntresses that can help me, but I can't give everything because it's failed me before. And you know, our protagonists have also taken some hits as well and realized that, you know, they have a bit more empathy, which is the whole thing here. Risks. It's been about, you know, looking at the risks. You can't avoid them all, because sometimes you've got to see what the cost of them is and what the benefit is, and I mean, there you go. Risks, the episode. You know, you can't get by, especially not in this situation, without taking any risks. It's just being able to look at them with, you know, clear eyes and trying to weigh them against each other, and also what you're trying to get out of it. Good episode. Great episode. Great episode. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. We're approaching the end of this season, but we still have a few more episodes, I think. I don't know what. 1, 2, 3? I didn't actually go and check how many episodes there were. I should have. But yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, so if you liked this episode or this reaction, then just please leave a comment. Just say that you're here. Or if you've got any thoughts or whatever else, I'd love to hear them. Otherwise, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next week.